YouTube, it's King. So, ever since the first Pokemon Go video, I've been promising you one more Pokemon related thing, but I was keeping it a surprise. But here it is. So, lots of people, myself included, had always wondered, why isn't there a Pokemon MMO? That'd be the best thing. Well, there have been some fan ones over the years, but it turns out right now, active, there is a Pokemon MMO. Yes, it's a fan one, but it's a really good fan one, and I kind of wanted to show what it was like, and raise a question of if a team of like 10 to 20 fans can make something this good, why can't Nintendo do it? Or why won't Nintendo do it? There are more questions related to it that'll be sort of discussed as the video goes on. Anyway, I hope you all like seeing this, and I will include a link in the description if it's something that you end up deciding you want to check out. So let's do it. As mentioned in the intro, Pokemon fans have wanted an MMO for a long time. Pokemon Revolution Online is exactly that. It's been created by devoted fans who had the goal of bringing every single region from the Pokemon universe into one game. You start in a basic area, not a lot going on, but it's basically a setup for the entire thing. You explore a little bit and you'll eventually find your mother watching a fight between two very familiar looking characters. After this is finished, you wind up back at your home in Pallet Town in Kanto, and the first thing you realize is, holy shit, you have a lot of siblings. After that, you go down, talk to your mom. It plays out pretty similar to Pokemon Red and Blue. You get told that Professor Oak wants to talk to you, you go to his lab, and you pick a starter. After you leave, you don't directly have a rival in Blue/Gary, whatever you want to call him. You go outside and you see a lone Eevee, and you think it's alone. You go to catch it, trainer gets mad, you battle. That's your rival. From there, you go up to Route 1, and it looks like Route 1 from Red and Blue, with some alterations and some improvements. One of the most noticeable things is that it's not just the Pokemon that you found on Route 1 in Red and Blue. There are some Johto Pokemon as well, sort of like in Gold and Silver when you go back to Kanto, and you can catch everything. Another big draw, it would appear at least that every Pokemon is available in this game. If you open the Pokédex, you can go all the way down to 721. This group has put a lot of effort into these things. One of the most notable things is how clean the battle interface is. There are definitely some issues with it, but when you get into a trainer battle or you encounter a wild Pokemon, there's a pop-up screen. You can see all of the players still in the background of the main screen, but you are frozen in place and you are in a battle. It's pretty smooth. One of the weird things is you can know ahead of time if you're going to catch a wild Pokemon, because as soon as you throw the Pokeball, if it's going to be caught, it shows up in the top left corner of your screen where all of your Pokemon are displayed. One of the big complaints that I do have is that seeing all of the players on screen is a little bit clunky, and it's really hard to tell who exactly you're supposed to talk to, sometimes even how to get to them. The world map, it's understandable that everybody's out there, but inside of buildings, I think there should be at least some form of instancing. For example, in the player house. The menu down on the bottom left is pretty straightforward. You have your bag, your Pokédex, there's a PvP section, the typical MMO trappings that you would see. As you continue forward, you'll notice that all of the towns are very similar to what they were in the games, again with some updates, a little bit of rearranging, basically just things that will make sense for what the developers are going for in this game. There are definitely some issues with Pokemon Revolution Online. One of the big things is their servers are not very large. It's my understanding they can only hold about 1,100 players at a time, and it is very, very common for that you will go to log in and you will have a wait. And it's not always an insignificant wait. Today, while capturing more footage for this video, I was actually waiting about 35 minutes to make it into the server. And then, after about 20 minutes of play, I got disconnected. And tried again, and then the servers were down. And they've been down since. Fortunately, I'd been able to capture a video previously, so I think I have everything I need. Anyway, some other complaints that I would lodge are, it seems like the experience curve has been changed a little bit. It seems a lot more difficult to level up your Pokemon. Also, money is not very easy to come by. You get money from every single encounter, even wild Pokemon battles, but it's never very much. It's usually $5 to $10 starting out, even for trainer battles. And items are just as expensive as they were in the game, so it can be a little bit tricky. There is a microtransaction store, but it's nothing that will affect the game. It's all cosmetic stuff. New outfits, mounts, so if you ever wanted to ride around on a Growlithe, you can totally do that. All of the gym battles you would expect are still in place. You fight Brock in Pewter City, then you move forward through Mount Moon to go to Cerulean. I've not been able to get that far, just for lack of time, but it is a thing. And then after you clear all of the gyms in Kanto and fight the Elite Four, all of the Pokemon that you have obtained are held for you by Professor Oak, and you head over to Johto for a fresh start, much like Ash in the anime. And then, after you clear Johto, while you're hanging around there, you get access to all of the Pokemon that you had caught in Kanto, as well as all the Pokemon you had caught in Johto, and so you get to have a team for a while. They currently only have up through the Generation 3 region of Hoenn, so after you clear Johto, you'll go to Hoenn, the same thing will happen. Your Pokemon will get held for you, you start from scratch, and then after that, you have all the Pokemon that you were able to catch available to build a team, and by then, you should be in a pretty good position to get into PvP. The level 100 requirement for PvP is kind of annoying. I think they should introduce some systems maybe to have set your Pokemon to level 100 like in the mainline games, or to level 50, or to have a free battle. But overall, it's a pretty delightful experience. It really is becoming, at least, the Pokemon MMO that I have always wanted. It plays really well, it's super smooth, it raises the question, why can't Nintendo do this and make it better? Because they really could. If they devoted a team at Game Freak, at the Pokemon Company, just to a Pokemon MMO, this could be made, and it could be made better. The things that I think need improving would be improved, because it would be from the actual company that knows exactly what to do with their property, and it would be absolutely phenomenal. Nintendo, Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, they have the capital, they're absolutely capable of doing this, and it would sell gangbusters. I would buy it on day one, as would a lot of people, as evidenced by the fact that there's a huge wait every time anybody tries to connect to one of the 3 available servers. So yeah, there it is. Pokemon Revolution Online, a Pokemon MMO that's actually really good. I know that Nintendo has always said, not Nintendo, Pokemon Company, has always said that they want to keep the mainline Pokemon games on their handheld systems because they are system sellers. So, couple of things. A Pokemon MMO on a home console would not necessarily disrupt mainline sales. Pokemon X and Y, the first 6 generations, the most recent one, has been out since 2013. The time has passed. So if they put out a Pokemon MMO with the first 6 generations capturable, and then waited like a year and a half to add the Sun and Moon Pokemon after Sun and Moon come out, and the Sun and Moon region, then it would work great. Alternatively, since they're talking, they're not, since there are rumors of the NX potentially being a console handheld hybrid, and 7 generations of Pokemon is enough at least for a while, this is the perfect chance to do it. That's all. I think it would be a great idea, and I'm just sad because Nintendo could do this so much better even than 20 fans, as good as this is. And I've got to tell you, this game is fantastic. There are some issues, of course, but it plays so well, and it just boggles my mind that Nintendo hasn't finally done this. It would be delightful. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys and girls again in the future. Well, this Sunday. And thanks for watching. Okay, bye. Hey YouTube, once again, thanks so much for watching my stuff. I'm really, really appreciative every time I log in and see some views on my videos. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and share. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you thought about the Pokemon MMO. Did you download it? Did you play it? What are some of your opinions on it? What do you think that Nintendo could do better? What do you think that the group that is making this MMO right now could do better? Things like that. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm not doing the pointing thing this time because I'm apparently terrible at directions. So we're gonna forget that. But please subscribe. Share with all the people that you think would be interested in knowing about this. If you've ever wanted to play a Pokemon MMO with your friends, this is the thing to share and tell them about. And keep an eye out. Got something else coming Sunday. I'm finally able to pretty consistently work on videos and get things uploaded. So there shouldn't be any more 2-month gaps. Anyways, thanks again, and I'll see you all later. Okay, bye.